1. I, 33F, built my tech company from nothing. I did not inherit it, I did not get any financial support, and I did not have any powerful connections. It all started with a small idea, a laptop, and years of non-stop hard work. I worked late nights, early mornings, and even weekends. There were days when I felt exhausted, but I still continued because I believed in what I was building. Slowly, my small startup started growing. I got my first few clients, then bigger projects, and eventually a stable company with a strong team. It was not easy at all, but I was proud because everything I had was earned through my own effort. For the first time in my life, I felt like I had achieved something real. But everything started to change when my younger sister Sarah, 29F, came into the business. She had just graduated from a top business school, and my parents were extremely proud of her. Since childhood, they always saw her as the intelligent and successful one. When she returned home, they immediately insisted that she should join my company. At first, I agreed because she was my sister, and I thought having family in the business would be helpful. She joined with confidence and energy, and in the beginning, she seemed useful because she brought new ideas and suggestions. However, after some time, I started noticing small changes. Sarah became more involved in decision-making without asking me. She would directly talk to employees, give instructions, and even change plans that I had already approved. Slowly, her confidence started influencing the team. Some of my key employees began trusting her more than me, and I could feel that my control over the company was weakening. I tried to stay calm and avoid conflict because she was family, but deep inside I was uncomfortable. I could see that things were not going in the right direction, but I kept quiet thinking maybe it was just temporary. Then one evening, everything completely changed. We were having a family dinner, and I thought it would be a normal gathering. But suddenly, my parents said something that shocked me deeply. They announced that they had decided Sarah should take over my company. They said she had better leadership skills, a better vision, and that she could take the company to a higher level. For a few seconds, I could not even react. It felt like the ground had been taken away from under my feet. The company I had built with years of struggle was being handed over as if my effort meant nothing. I tried to explain myself. I told them how much I had sacrificed, how many sleepless nights I had spent building this from zero, and how I understood every part of the business better than anyone else. But they were already decided. They did not want to listen. Sarah sat quietly during the entire conversation. She did not stop them, and that silence hurt me more than anything else. That night, I went back home completely broken inside. I could not sleep. I kept thinking about everything I had done, every struggle I went through, and how easily my position was being replaced. I felt betrayed by my own family. But instead of reacting emotionally or arguing, I realized something important. If I continued fighting emotionally, I would lose everything I built. So I made a decision that night. I would not fight loudly. I would not create drama. I would simply change everything in a smart and silent way. Part 2. From the next day, I started planning carefully. I knew my company inside and out. I knew which clients were the backbone of the business, which employees were truly loyal, and which contracts held the most value. I began analyzing everything quietly. On the outside, I acted normal. I went to meetings, spoke politely, and behaved like nothing was wrong. But behind the scenes, I started building something new. I created a new company structure in complete silence. I did not tell anyone in my family because I knew they would try to stop me. Slowly, I began shifting important parts of the business. I spoke directly to key clients who had always trusted me personally. I explained the situation carefully and honestly. Many of them respected my work and decided to follow me. I also spoke to important team members who understood the real foundation of the company. Some of them chose to stay loyal to me and joined the new structure I was building. I never forced anyone. I simply gave them clarity and let them decide. Meanwhile, Sarah and my parents were busy planning her takeover. They believed everything was under control. They thought I would quietly step aside and accept the decision. But they had no idea what was already happening behind the scenes. Day by day, my new company was becoming stronger. It had the most valuable clients, experienced employees, and stable projects. Finally, the day came when everything became clear. I called for a formal meeting. I walked in calmly, without anger or emotion. Everyone expected me to discuss routine matters. But instead, I announced that I was resigning from the company. For a moment, they looked relieved, thinking I had accepted defeat. But then I told them the truth. I had already built a new company, and most of the important clients, talent, and projects were already part of it. The silence in that room was heavy. My parents were shocked and speechless. Sarah could not understand how everything had changed so quickly. I did not argue. I did not fight. I simply left the old company behind. Over time, my new company grew stronger and more successful. It became independent, stable, and respected in the industry. I finally had peace in my work again. As for the old company, it slowly started struggling because it had lost its core strength and experienced team. But I did not feel hatred anymore. I had moved on. Moral lesson/advice. Life teaches us that not everyone will understand our struggle, even those closest to us. Sometimes people may underestimate your hard work, compare you with others, or try to take decisions that hurt you. But reacting with anger or revenge is never the best path. Patience, calm thinking, and wise decisions always protect your dignity better than emotional reactions. True strength is not in shouting or fighting, but in staying calm and making the right moves at the right time. Always remember that success is not only about winning over others, but also about keeping your character, peace, and respect intact while moving forward in life.